you're eligible for Hall of Fame, he would have taken it.
And it all started for Ricky in 1979. And he played through 2003, so he played in 4 decades. How about that? That's something.
But I think, you know, that Ricky played really at a time before you got into weightlifting. I mean, he was just a natural. I remember talking to Dave Henderson, and Hindu didn't do a lot. He was always in great shape, and just the guys did whatever they had to do to make themselves. But for Ricky to have the strong legs to be able to steal bases as much as he did, and to run and cause havoc on the base paths, I mean, he was just a special specimen. There's no doubt. And I think Dave Stewart said it right. There probably will never, ever be another Ricky Henderson in baseball.
A's take the field behind their starting pitcher tonight, Trevor Cahill. So after the terrific pregame ceremonies, we're set for baseball. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays lineup, brought to you by McDonald's. Marco Scutero at short, Aaron Hill at second. Adam Lind, the big night last night, he'll DH. Lyle Overbay at first. Vernon Wells in center. Alex Rios in right. New third baseman Edwin Encarnacion came over in the trade for Scott Rowland. He'll play third. Raul Chavez is the catcher. Joe England will be in left field. Defensively for the Athletics, Hairston to left, Davis in center, Custon right, and Kennedy, Pennington, Ellis, Crosby on the infield, and Kurt Suzuki is the catcher.
Trevor Cahill, start number 22 for the Athletics, and his second against the Toronto Blue Jays. The other one made at Rogers Center. His record 6-9, and he lost his last start to the Boston Red Sox. He did give up a home run to Pedroia. He has given up a few home runs this year, but 5 of his 6 wins have come at home. The one start he made against the Blue Jays, he had an 8-pitch first inning, but then lost his control. Ended up walking 5 in the game and went just 5 1/3 innings. Gave up only 2 runs and 5 hits. But Trevor Cahill, again, every start he makes from here to the end of the season is just going to be a great learning experience for him. And just continue to pitch well and know that this is a great staff that the A's have put together. They're going to be here for quite a while.
So Cahill has finished his warm-up tosses. A's won the game last night 8-5. They jumped out to a big lead and then held off the Blue Jays, who made a little bit of a charge late in the game. The A's come in with a 44-58 record. They have won 3 out of their last 4, so they're trying to put together a little winning streak. They're 23-25 at home, and this is game number 103 on the season for the Oakland Athletics. Marco Scutero steps in, and Trevor Cahill's first pitch is at the knees for a strike.
First pitch, 6:33.
So 6:33, we are underway at the Coliseum. The sun is not an issue as it's cloud cover.
That's the reason we took so long.
That's right. Let the clouds roll in.
But it's always great that, of course, the visiting team, the Blue Jays, in town. But anytime you have special ceremonies, you know that the game is not going to start, even when they scheduled it, pushed it back to 6:20. But you just can't push it. And you know, we were talking downstairs. I know Dave Newhouse, I think, said it best, that the next one that maybe should be considered is Dave Stewart.
Yeah, no question.
And but if you think about the Oakland Athletics, when will the next number be retired? Maybe a while. So that's why we need to enjoy, and I'm sure the fans did enjoy tonight's special ceremony.
Up and in. That's a good call. I mean, Dave Stewart, he did not spend a huge amount of time with Athletics, but the years he did spend there, not only was he very good, but he was immensely popular. And he's from Oakland.
Well, and I don't think you have to go to the Hall of Fame to be put in that category because of what he did mean to the Athletics as a team, but also definitely the city of Oakland.
Good start for Trevor Cahill as he strikes out Marco Scutero looking.
The two-seamer coming back. He likes to start that to the left-handers. This time he brought it from the outside to the right-handers, so kind of a new twist on his two-seam fastball.
Aaron Hill goes after the first pitch on the ground, and Cliff Pennington throws out Hill. I'm not sure that's the way Cliff Pennington would want to field every ground ball.
No.
Looked at and I don't think he will, but it was sort of unique.
That is definitely not the way you turn your glove. Bobby Crosby, and the irony of this whole situation is that Crosby, the A's shortstop the last 5 years, is at first base.
Yeah.
And he had to be looking at him and say, what are you doing fielding a ball like that? And then threw a sinker over to Bobby.
2 outs for Adam Lind. Lind had a big night last night. 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And you can tell by the numbers, one of the better young hitters in the American League. .22 home runs for Lind. Home run last night was to center field.
You know, if you could just tape all the, during the interview, the remarks by Dallas Brayton. I heard his comment about Lind's home run. He says, yeah, ricocheted off Dennis Eckersley's retired number. He hit it so hard. He's fun. Fortunately, got a win. Getting close to the 500 mark.
Well, at the time that Lind hit the home run, it got the Blue Jays back in the game, but the A's were able to hang on. Yeah, that would be a long one. Yeah, we'd be talking about that one for a while. 1-2 pitch to Lind. Again, foul back. Mentioned the A's record. The Jays are 49-54, and they are struggling. They've lost 3 in a row. They've lost 6 out of their last 8. And they are 20-31 on the road. Coming off a very difficult month of July where they were 8-16. We'll give you some of the July records in the American League. Some of the teams that had good months and some of the teams that had bad months. The Jays were one of the teams that obviously had a bad one. 8-16. Rajai Davis trots in. And Rajai Davis has it, and that will do it. So a good inning for Trevor Cahill. So the A's come to bat here. Here it is. Kennedy, Davis, Suzuki, Hairston, Cust, Everidge, Crosby, Ellis, and Pennington. So that is the A's lineup tonight. As they face the rookie left-hander Brett Cecil. He's 23 years old as Cecil. And the A's have seen him before.
Didn't like what they saw.
No, he was pretty good. That was right at the beginning of the year. 1-1 to Adam Kennedy. Kennedy 293 with 8 home runs and 38 runs batted in. 1 for 5 last night with a double and a run scored for Kennedy. Trying to get that average up to the 300 mark. He's getting there. Another foul ball. This is the 8th meeting of the year between these two teams. A's have won 3, Jays have won 4. Kennedy just got a piece of it and stays alive. Grounded to the right side where Aaron Hill has it, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defense for the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. Joe Inglet is in left field, Vernon Wells in center, Alex Rios in right, Edwin Encarnacion is at third, Marco Scutero at short, Aaron Hill at second, Lyle Overbay at first, Raul Chavez is the catcher, and there is the young lefty Brett Cecil.
11th start, 12th appearance, and he pitched very well against the Athletics, but his last 3 starts, 0.45 earned run average, scattered 5 hits over 8 innings on May the 10th when he faced the A's. And a combined shutout. That was Dallas Braden, remember?
Of course.
That was the day, Mother's Day. Yeah. Gave up nothing, and A's not able to score. Encarnacion, the trade, Scott Rowland.
Brett Cecil has been good as of late. Ray mentioned the ERA. 1 earned run in his last 20 innings pitched. That's covering the last 3 starts. To right field, and that's going to get down. Rios racing over to cut it off, but Rajai Davis will have a stand-up double.
Unbelievable. He is a machine.
Yep.
Now Rajai just taking a pitch outside, and I'd say if I'm an opposing pitcher, if Rajai Davis comes up chance to beat me, I got to pitch somebody else. He is hot. He was hoping this ball got by Alex Rios from right field because he was thinking 3. He shut it down once Rios cut the ball off.
Rajai hit .405 in the month of July. So he's one of those guys that did not want to turn the calendar to August.
You talk to Rajai, he said it doesn't matter. Because he's a confident young man and getting the opportunity to play, and he's working hard and taking advantage of it. Scutero with a little daylight play, but the pitcher did not throw. Pretty quick move by Scutero, not so much by Cecil.
First pitch to Kurt Suzuki is on the inside corner, strike. Mike DeMiro is calling balls and strikes. Dan Bellino at first, Ron Culpa, the crew chief, at second. Delvin Colon is at third. Mike DeMiro, you must have stuck in front of his father a few times. Huh?
Lou DeMiro. Tragic car accident that lost his life.
Davis takes off, throw to third, and he is out. Raul Chavez throws out Rajai Davis, and Bob Guerin's going to argue.
Rajai started and might have stumbled a little bit, or as Cecil looked back, and when Rajai took off, it wasn't really a smooth takeoff. And if anything, Bob Guerin's arguing that he tagged him high. Watch Rajai right there. A little stutter step, but
they get a better look here.
I tell you, Chavez also scooped the ball. But he made the best play. He caught the ball, cleared himself of the runner, of the hitter. There's no way third base umpire could see it.
No, very close.
Not in the positioning that he had.
So 2 outs here, and the count now 2-1 to Kurt Suzuki. That is Delvin Colon, a name that we have not seen before last night. So 3-1 now to Kurt Suzuki, who's hitting .283 with 6 home runs and 47 runs batted in. Full count now to Suzuki. Kurt last night went 1 for 5. He scored a run. A's had 10 hits last night to go with their 8 runs. They had a couple of doubles. Did not hit any home runs, but they also walked 7 times, so they had plenty of base runners last night. Changeup bounced toward short where Scudero throws in time. So Rajai Davis with a double, but he gets thrown out trying to steal, and we're headed to the second. No score, and we're waiting the arrival of the Hall of Famer, Rickey Henderson. Thrilled to have Rickey in the booth. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So, how did it feel? Pretty special, huh?
Very special. You know, the fans came out and showed their appreciation, and that's just great.
You know what? They were here early. They were tailgating at 2 o'clock, so they were ready to go tonight. So they knew it was going to be a special ceremony, and it certainly was. The Hall of Famer, Rickey Henderson.
Now, Rickey, how happy are you to have kind of a relieving moment? Hall of Fame induction speech, which was outstanding. You get your number retired tonight. Just kind of take a breath and just say, it's over, huh?
You take a big breath and you say, you know, you made it through it. You know, it was a lot of fun, but, you know, it was a lot of pressure. Yeah. But, you know, you made it through it, and, you know, the people showed their appreciation, so that was a good thing.
Now, Rickey, all those years as a kid coming to the Coliseum, watching baseball, could you have ever dreamed that your number is now going to hang on the wall and nobody else will ever wear it? That's unbelievable. Hometown kid.
That's unbelievable. You know, when you come out a hometown kid, you never know that you was gonna have your number retired. Based upon it, you really don't know what type of career you're gonna have. So I was fortunate to be able to stay healthy and put up some pretty good numbers, and I got rewarded. I think when I first got to the ballpark with Oakland, the fans called on them. It seemed like the fans and myself got along. I always wanted to pay attention to the fans and talk to them here nowadays and make sure they're in the game just as well as I was in the game.
Lyle Overbay, left center field, and that one is gone. So the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead. So Overbay hits his 11th home run of the year, and that was going the other way. So the long ball hurts Cahill again.
Yeah, very powerful. There's a little two-seamer, but it didn't break far enough away from him to get a ground ball. Instead, Overbay got under the ball and carrying very well. Ricky, the amazing thing, and we were talking about your career and the longevity. I mean, 25 years. To be able to steal bases, the head first slide, pounding your chest. How were you able to do that? I mean, all those times that you stole and able to stay healthy enough to be able to do that.
I think it came from probably being a football player. Being able to take the contact, being able to take all the punishment that football players go through. And it seems like when baseball you just slide in the dirt, it's not as much pounding. So it seemed like my body was holding up well just to hit in the dirt as well as being a football player.
And Mark Ellis knocks it down. It'll be an infield hit for Vernon Wells.
When did you start sliding head first? I mean, what prompted you to say, okay, I'm going to be a head first slide?
To tell you the truth, it really started in AAA. We had a third baseman, Mike Rodriguez. He always wanted to play like Pete Rose. So, anytime he get a base hit, get a double, or he got to go from first to third, he always sliding head first. So, I went up to him and asked him, why you always want to slide head first today? You have feet first, but you want to slide head first. So he started saying that, he would get to the base a lot quicker. He wasn't that fast, but he'd get to the base a lot quicker. So, I started, practicing on it. And I think for the first week or so, I was banging him about it so bad, I thought it was unnecessary to be banging up your body like that.
Another ball hit well to center field, but this one's in the ballpark. Wells goes back to tag, but he will bluff and go back. Ricky, tell us about Billy Martin. He was one of your first managers. You stole 130 bases when he was the manager. Did he just tell you, hey, when you get on base, you just go. You steal as much as you want. Full green light from Billy Martin?
I don't think we ever had a full green light. Billy wanted a little control of the game, and especially like the 7th, 8th inning, he wanted to take control of the game. But Billy was very smart with the pitchers. He seemed like he was a pitcher's manager, and he knew how pitchers think. So Billy was relating the breaking ball to me at first base. And, I know that, the pitcher was throwing a breaking ball. So if I get a good jump, I know I had a chance to steal it.
So he was in the dugout keeping an eye on you when you were at first base.
Yes, he was always keeping an eye on me. But, we was playing tricks with people, with manager and players. So he was trying to be a little sneaky about giving me the signs. So we had little ways of picking up the signs for the other team won't have a chance.
How did it feel? I mean, we talked to Rajay Davis, and Rajay quick, and he made a comment one time. He said, I don't know how fast I am. I never see myself.
Yeah.
But he's fast.
Yeah.
But the way you were able to distract pitchers, intimidate. I mean, when you got on base, pitchers didn't know what to do. What did that feel like to be on base knowing that you were going to disrupt the total concentration of the pitcher?
That felt great, based upon, I think, the base running nowadays, they don't go out there and try to draw attention. I was trying to draw attention. I wanted the pitcher to pay attention to me on the base. I didn't want him to get on the mound and not pay attention to the base runner. I always try to draw his attention, do some kind of movement, and hoping that he make a mistake from a hitter.
And you had to be able to tell right away if you had a pitcher and you were messing with him. Did you chuckle a little bit and go, oh, yeah, I got this guy?
I chuckle a little bit, but, sometimes the pitchers, they throw it over first base so many times, so you got their attention.
Right.
So, them was the time that, you felt that you drawing their attention and hoping that they make a mistake. And that's what the key to me mainly is, hoping that I can give my hitter some pitches to hit the ball.
Ricky, you've got a good friend of yours coaching first base for the Blue Jays, Dwayne Murphy, who hit behind you. And And I know that I talked to him about your stolen bases. Kind of, if you can, tell us the relationship you had with Murph, what you guys talked about for him to be able to take so many pitches for you to steal, but on the other hand, to help him get maybe fastballs to help him hit and score and drive you in.
It took a while. Murph thought at first, he thought that, I was running too much. He was giving up the fastball. He wasn't getting the pitch that he wanted to get to hit. So, we made a deal that, if Murph got a pitch that he can handle, I would rather for him to swing the bat. If I was still in the base, still swing the bat. If he hit the ball in the gap, then we got to run score. So I made and gave him the freedom, if he can get to a pitch to swing the bat. Do not take pitches for me to try to steal a base, because when I take off and I feel that I got a good jump, I feel that I'm gonna be safe. So you don't have to take a pitch that you can drive the ball.
A couple of runners on here for the Blue Jays in the second inning. A run in on the Lyle Overbay home run. Raul Chavez is the hitter. So I want to look at some of the great moments. 939, the stolen base that gave you the all-time stolen base record. We're going to show that to you. Get your thoughts on that. Three and one now to Chavez. Joe Inglet, the ninth place hitter, waits in the on-deck circle. Runners take off, and it's bounced into left field, and that's a base hit. Vernon Wells will score easily. So Raul Chavez with an RBI single, and it's 2-0. And let's take a look at stolen base number 939 in your career. It was May 1st, 1991. Ricky, take us through it.
Baseball, I had went to New York the series before we was playing in New York, and I think the catcher, he threw me out in Yankee Stadium, and he really was bragging about, that he can throw me out. So,
Matt Notes?
Yeah, Mac Note. He was bragging that he finally threw me out, and he felt that, I had no chance of stealing the base against him. So baseball, I was determined to get on the base pass and take that challenge.
And it just so happened to be the record breaker. Huh?
It was just the record breaker. He just fell in target with the record breaker. So it was a good feeling for me that I did break the record over him, because he had a little more ego that he can throw me out.
What's Mac Notes thinking?
I don't know. Sometimes you get to catch that they just feel that they can throw you out.
Probably picking on the wrong guy, I would think.
And he just didn't know that if you pick a pitcher, he have no chance of throwing you out.
Of course, you stole third for the record breaker. We just saw Rajay Davis in the first inning get thrown out in third. Compare stealing second to third. One easier than the other?
I think third was easy for me to steal the second base. I think because based upon it, I had learned a technique that the pitcher's got to spin and turn around for us, trying to pick you off. And my motion was based upon, I wasn't worried about the second base or the shortstop for us moving in close or something. I was based upon looking at the pitchers from his elbow, and I know that if he spin with his elbows, he's coming to second base. Any other time, he's going to the plate.
That is right, because the spin that he would have to go to second, whereas at first it's a little different.
Left center field, and it's going to be Scott Hairston, who right at the last minute reached out and made the catch. Chavez has to hustle back. So that's the second out here in the second.
Rajay going for it, but then right at the last instant, it was Hairston coming in. There's the communication or lack of, but fortunately the ball was caught. Last thing you want a ball like that to be dropped. Ricky, the Sporting News, of course, whenever you were inducted in the Hall of Fame, came out with a nice article talking about the 100 stolen bases. You with 130, and would there ever be another player steal 100 bases? And I remember Carl Crawford just started laughing. And I asked him, I said, what were you laughing about? He said, because it's not going to happen. It's a different game. Do you think, I mean, there are certain records that won't be broken. I don't feel there's, Joe DiMaggio's, maybe Cal Ripken Jr. What about your stolen base record? You think anybody will break that?
You never know. It's based upon the individual. Do he want to steal as many? It's goals for us to getting out there and want to take another base each and every time. you know, when I worked with the Reds with the Mets, I thought he had the speed to steal 100 bases. I thought he was going to be the next kid to steal 100 bases. But the determination on, you know, you going out there banging up your body, you know, keeping your body in shape, you know, hoping that you don't pull any injuries. You know, you got to have some luck. You got to have some factor of luck, and then you got to be able to get on the base fast.
That's right.
You know, I think that's the key.
First, right?
Yeah, you can't steal first, and I think that's the key. You know, nowadays you get the kids that, you know, they want to hit more home runs than just trying to figure out which way to get on the base fast.
Well, combined with getting on base and the wear and tear on your body, and the different style of game. I know the A's stole a lot of bases in July, but there are months that you would steal more than any team by yourself than what a team's doing. But you know, it's a changed game, and maybe in time, who knows when, it might turn around to where you get somebody. But I think the longevity too, to get somebody to play all the years. Because they're going to make so much money if they're that good, maybe they don't want to continue to play just because
they don't have to.
Exactly.
They got something else in their mind of what to do.
If somebody said to you right now, come to spring training.
With my heart, with the heart and the love of the game, you know, I would say, you know, yes, I'll come into spring training and take my chances, because I think just, you know, me as a player, you know, I love the game so much that, you know, I would go out and fight and battle no matter what it takes for us to try to, you know, continue playing baseball. But, you know, it's a time that you got to, you know, step back and hoping that you can use that energy to help the kids, you know, help another kids that, you know, you feel that have the potential to have success in the game.
Grounded in the hole. Pennington lets it get past him. A run's going to come in to score, and the Blue Jays will still have the bases loaded, and they now have a 3-0 lead. It's a base hit for Hill and an RBI. I don't know if Pennington would have had a play anywhere.
He might have been able to go to third. But he was just trying to backhand the ball and go to second or to third. I don't think he would have gotten one of the runners. I don't even think at third either, because the runner had got to third, Chavez, very quickly. Now, the reason I brought that up, Ricky, because Jim Palmer, of course, one of the Hall of Famers, after he was inducted a year or two afterwards, he went to spring training trying to make it. So even though he's already in the Hall of Fame, he tried and didn't work out. But I know you have believed for a long time.
I thought about that, you know, and based upon if I'd have, you know, realized a little earlier that, you know, just go on and, you know, retire and take the 5 years and get into the Hall of Fame instead of me fighting trying to get there and waste about 5 years. Maybe I would have thought about taking that chance and you know, trying to come back after you get in the Hall of Fame. I thought once you got in the Hall of Fame, you can't come back.
Now the Blue Jays get 3 and they leave them loaded. And we'll continue our conversation with Ricky Henderson when we come back. debut with the Oakland Athletics. We have the video. Check
Do you remember?
Yes.
All right. It was June 24th, 1979. Just a youngster back then.
What'd you do?
I flared one down the right field line.
A double?
It was a double.
There you go.
If you flared one, it's at least a double.
As they said, the inside out. He got inside.
That's great. So, according to Ricky, it was a double. We'll find out.
You know, sometimes I flared.
Oh, yeah.
I always feel like I can get to second base now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about. You know, that the 81 leadoff home runs. So you had the power. So they threw you fastballs because they didn't want to walk you.
Exactly.
Because that would be a double or a triple if they did walk you, because you'd steal second and third and score. And so they give you the fastball and you hit a home run. So it was a no-win situation for the pitcher.
They were hoping that I just ground out and make a mistake, swing and miss.
Didn't do that much.
No.
That's for sure. There'll be a whole lot of Ricky Henderson jerseys, number 24, around the Bay Area after the giveaway tonight. See them all out in the stands. The big banner tomorrow on Ricky Henderson Day. So that's going to be fun as well.
Yes.
Now, Ricky, you were talking in the break about the base stealers. You mentioned the stopwatch. I thought that was interesting. Kind of explain, with the stopwatch and stolen base, how much that has affected guys running.
I think it's affected guys running a lot. You know, I think based on because you can get a pitcher that is quick to the plate, but its move to first base is a lot slower. So, but they are going off the pitcher, delivering the ball to the plate. So now they got a stopwatch. Now, if it's too quick, they tell the runners that he cannot steal off the pitcher, and I don't think that's fair for the runners. You know, that's not giving the runners a chance to take the challenge of it. If he make a mistake and you still and you break for second base, a lot of times you're gonna be safe. So if you have the stopwatch, you won't take that chance. And I think that's what they need to get away from a little bit of the stopwatch and believing in the guys that could run and had the ability for the stealing base.
Here you are.
This is it. First major league at bat. There it is. Just as Ricky told us.
Oh, there's the head first.
And your second at bat, you got a base hit, and then you stole the base. So there it is.
Yeah, feet first.
And number 39.
That was a given number. You know, time you get in big league, you don't have a chance to choose your number. You got to pick up. You got to take what they give you.
Number 39. It just doesn't look right on you. 24 looks better.
You know, I always ask a lot of players, or ask a lot of friends of mine. You know, can they name? Can they name the first number I reward in the big league? And it's a whole lot of them don't know 39. So they always remember 35.
You know, we were talking, Dave Newhouse, nice little speech during the ceremonies. He brought up a good point. Across the bay, Willie Mays,
yes,
24. You number 24 here. And also, I was trying to think of the basketball player for the Warriors.
Rick Barry?
Rick Barry wore 24. So there's three. We're trying to figure out. First, Ronnie Lott was 42, wasn't he?
Yeah, he turned around.
But that's a special number, and we're glad it is number 24, and joining the other four appropriately for the Athletics. Get your good friend Dave Stewart in there, then we'll be good.
Yeah, we'll be good. Ace Coon buddy, kid that came out of the block next to each other.
That is a great speech in the Hall of Fame you mentioned. And what about Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, what about it?
You waited and waited, huh?
I waited. I finally got that chance. I finally got the chance to, to tell him that, I was that kid outside waiting all the time. I think I got on a few punishments. I had to, stay in the house. I had to do some more tours because I was outside waiting on Reggie Jackson. And it seemed like it take forever to come outside. And then, it's sort of like pitch black, and you finally come outside and say, hey, Reggie, I've been waiting out here for hours. Can I get your autograph? And, he never gave me the autograph. Like I said, he always gave me a pen or something with his name on it. He would never give me the autograph. I couldn't understand that.
But I thought it was great that you picked the biggest stage to bring it out. And Reggie started putting his jacket over his head. He knew what was coming.
He knew something was coming because, during the night before, I saw him in the lobby, and we had a nice conversation, and he was asking me, was you going to put me in your speech? And I said, oh, no, you're not going in the speech and this and that. So eventually he was sort of surprised and a little embarrassed that, he didn't get that kid an autograph.
That's correct.
Jack Cust fouls it back. So we saw the jersey number 39. How about 22?
22 I wore when I got traded back from the Yankees to the Oakland A's. Louis Poloni was wearing 22, and he went to the Yankees. And when I came back to Oakland, Ron Hassett had 24. And, you know, when you come back to and somebody else wearing your number, you know, you got to make a deal then.
You got all that jewelry with 24. And Hassett was a good negotiator, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a good negotiator. He wouldn't just give it to me just anything.
What did you have to give him?
Oh, man, I don't know. I gave him probably some dinner or something. I had to take it somewhere. You know.
Did he get golf clubs?
He got some golf clubs. He got about 2 or 3 different things. He just wouldn't sell it for just one little thing. Maybe gave him a dozen of bat, too. He was asking a big stakes for that number.
Yeah, because he saw that jewelry was number 24, and he said, "You're not going to change numbers to change jewelry."
Now, yeah. He said, "You don't want to go buy no more jewelry."
He had you right where he wanted you.
Yeah,
There's nothing
exactly.
you could do. First pitch to Tommy Everidge is inside corner, first strike.
Ricky, a lot of personal accomplishments, no doubt, and very deserving. But what about the 1989 world champion Oakland Athletics and just the team that you played on to sweep the Giants in 4 games? And, of course, growing up in the area, an Oakland A fan, but to do it against Cross Bay rivals. How special was that season for you?
That was very special, you know, for the '89 season, and especially that, you know, I got the opportunity to come over from the Yankees. And, you know, I think my year was going on with the Yankees. It was a bad year. And, you know, when I got traded over to the A's, you know, it gave me new life. And, you know, the players were around and, you know, they welcomed me back. And, you know, it seemed like the whole team just clicked. It's probably one of the greatest combination team that I ever played on. You know, the guys was, you know, real tight with each other. You know, we did a lot of different things for us just being on the field playing. You know, we used to go on a road trip and, you know, we used to all gather together to go have dinner and stuff like that. So, you know, we was a real close team, and, you know, that's what's made us so special, because each and every individual was special to each other.
Well, it was a special team to watch, there's no doubt. And it's unfortunate, the earthquake, for a lot of reasons, but of course it gave the Giants an opportunity to say, well, if the earthquake hadn't occurred, then we might have beaten. There was no chance. There was no chance.
I don't even think they even won a game in spring training, as the team said. They didn't win a game in spring training. So, you know, the team was very happy when they eventually got to the World Series. So we felt that we had a better team.
Tommy Everidge with a base hit, so the A's have something going. Highlight from that 1989 World Series, dominated by the Athletics. Game 1, Ricky Henderson. I think that was early in Game 1, and then
Captain Carney. A base hit right
Carney
field.
Lansford swing right there too, huh? Right field.
Special year.
Bobby Crosby drives one center field. Wells back. It is off the wall. 1 run scores. They'll hold Everidge at third, and Bobby Crosby with an RBI double, and the A's are on the board here in the second.
Well, it seems like every time Bobby Crosby gets the lineup, he finds something great to do. He did it in Boston. Big 2-run double, and comes up with a big double here. Looks like it might have a chance to get out, maybe a little bit towards the end of the bat, but Vernon Wells played it perfectly. Now, Ricky, you can look around and kind of pat yourself on the back for getting the sellout crowd tonight. This is great. This is outstanding.
I'm glad they came out. Absolutely. Very good fans.
I thought one of the best times, the best part, when you said the signs and they run, Ricky, run, and they just started chanting. You know, Rajay Davis said the same thing. Of course, you know the foul territory. Angels were in town. Joe Saunders threw a ball bad at first base down in the bullpen, and Rajay scored from first on the play, and he said the same thing. The fans started cheering, and he said the louder they cheered, the more I knew I had to score. And it just kept running and running. So I'm sure that was the same for you when you played here, and of course, you ran and ran.
They kept saying, run more, run. So it was exciting. It gave me a chance to go out and have some fun doing some things before I was on the base path.
Now, I have to really ask, I mean, you had a tremendous career, Hall of Fame career in baseball. If you had a choice, would you play football? I mean, I know you picked baseball, but how much did you enjoy playing football?
I love the football. You know, if my mom wouldn't have chose baseball, I probably wouldn't have been a baseball player because, I love the game of football. I love the contact, and to me it was exciting. For us being out on the football field. And baseball, when you was in high school, you didn't get the fans out, so you don't really realize how much baseball is important to the fans.
Sure.
People come out and they cheer. They love the game of baseball, but in high school, the kids, they didn't come out and cheer. They rather look at the basketball game or the football game. I think mainly because they had the cheerleaders out, so they wanted to see what the cheerleaders were doing.
So basically, 25 years, you played for the fans.
I played for the fans, yeah.
It's pretty obvious. Yeah, that's great.
I had an enjoyable time playing for the fans.
That's why they love you. Seriously, I think they felt that.
Yeah.
There's no question.
What, and talking to them in the left field?
I always had a conversation with somebody in the stand.
Did you ever know who it was?
They gave me the names here and there, but it didn't matter. Sometimes they was talk about you, and then when you get to talking to them, they seem to change their mind on what they talking about. They seem to love you instead of talking about you, because I guess because you took the time out to say hello to you. They wanted your attention.
Yeah. That's great.
Bases loaded for the Athletics here in the bottom of the second, so they have a chance to tie this ball game up, maybe more. So Cliff Pennington will hit, the switch hitter.
A lot of young players, Ricky.
Yes, it is.
A lot of young players.
It remind you when Charlie was bringing up the club, when that's all he brought up, young players, a lot of young players. But eventually, they got together with one another, and I think if they keep the team, the young players together, and let them play together for a while, they seem to groove with one another and put a good ball club together.
Well, that's the key, to try to find a way to keep the pitching staff together. The young players are coming up and build a nice winning tradition again. Continue it here.
Because that's what the fans in Oakland need. They need a good, solid ball club. They're going out that they make them excited that they can come out to the ballpark. Because here there's so much to do. So if the team is not doing well, it seems like the fans try to pick out something else that they want to get into. And if they put a product out there that excite the fans, I think the city of Oakland would come out and support them.
Trevor Cahill looking for some more offense. Our A's already accomplished more against Cecil than they did in early May. Just 5 hits, no runs. Shut out in that game.
That's not going to get it done, and it's the third baseman, Encarnacion, who grabs it. So Pennington can't get a run home. 2 outs, and it'll be up to Adam Kennedy.
Third baseman,
well, there are the numbers for Ricky Henderson. You had mentioned at one time the runs first. You like crossing home plate?
I love crossing home plate.
So of all of them, do you feel that's the most important for you?
That's the most important for me, because baseball, you look at the walk, you look at the stolen base, and it gave me the opportunity to get in scoring position. And I think that's what I used the weapon for us to steal in bases, to get in scoring position, to try to put a run on the board to help a club run.
At the end of the day, it's not how many walks or stolen bases the team has.
Right.
It's how many runs they have, right?
Exactly.
I mean, if you really want to simplify.
That's what win ball games, how many runs you have a club.
It's too bad when you broke the record you couldn't take home plate out. It was buried.
It was buried so deep. I had the opportunity. I took home plate up in San Diego.
After the game.
After the game, and the next morning I couldn't just pick it up.
Not like you did third base here.
I had to go dig for a while to get the home plate up.
But you have it.
But I finally got it up, San Diego, Mr. Moore finally he gave me the base of home plate, but it took us a while. After a couple hours to dig that home plate up.
Ricky, also you mentioned Tom Troublehorn. I guess your minor league manager that really kind of meant a lot to you in your your career and getting started in stealing bases?
Yes, he he took the time out. Tom was a true coach. He was a true teacher. He was willing to take the time out of the day for us to going out and helping you, develop your skill. He saw that in rookie ball when I first signed with him.
There's a Ricky run.
Into the corner. And 1-run score.
That's what he's talking about.
2-run score. All 3 runs will score. Adam Kennedy clears the bases with a double.
Well, you're just talking about runs. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what's going to win ball games.
On Adam Kennedy, 2-1, just that uppercut swing. And so many big runs he's driven in this year, and none bigger than right now with 2 outs, bases loaded, and it gives the A's a lead. Down in the corner where all 3 could score. Perfect placement. Mike Gallego, former teammate of our guest. That left arm's been busy lately, Ricky. He's got guys stealing bases, he's got guys scoring runs, and having a lot of fun.
So 4 spot for the A's here in the 2nd, and they lead 4-3.
Center fielder, number 11, Ron James.
Well, let's hope Trevor Cahill is inspired with the offense his club's giving him to give him the lead back. Ricky, how hard is it to teach players to steal bases? And I say that because a lot of times a great hitter, when he tries to teach hitting, because he's had so much success, it doesn't work out. How easy is it for you to be able to tell somebody how they can become a great base stealer?
It's sort of easy for me to tell, the kids, how to become a great base stealer. But, the techniques of being a great base stealer, want to be able to steal bases, be aggressive out there, to take the fear away from you. I think that's the hard part about it. And, I think with sort of my techniques in comparison when I was coming up, they used to have the crossover step, that they teach more kids now about the crossover step. I used to have the open stand type of running style, and, that's been to me a little difficult for us to try to get the kids to realize that, your momentum is going forward, then you crossing over, and it give you an advantage for us getting picked off first base, and to make you a little more comfortable that you don't have to worry about the pitcher picking you off. So, I think that's what you got to, try to teach to get a drill in the kids, that you want them to force to take the fear of force, getting picked off, or take the fear of force, getting thrown out. Once I think that you get a fast runner that he have no fear, then I think he'll steal a lot more bases.
And for all the former catchers and the current catchers, how many bases did you steal on a pitcher versus a catcher?
Oh, I stole about 85% off the pitcher.
Thank you very much. You just made my day.
Because if the catcher got the ball in his hand, you ain't going to steal off him.
Ricky, thanks for joining us. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you very much.
Got 4 runs. Congratulations. Very deserving, my friend.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
So the Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson has been our guest, and what he did, he got But we figure if there was an inning where we wanted lots of runs scored, and Blue Jays got 3 in the top of the second, A's got 4 in the bottom of the second, 67 combined pitches thrown. That's perfect because we had the Hall of Fame.
Plenty of time to talk baseball with Ricky, and that in itself is special.
Indeed, that was a treat. Overbay, Wells, and Rios for the Blue Jays here in the top of the third inning. Overbay homered in the second. Trevor Cahill now has a lead. Overbay's home run in the second was his 11th of the year. So you saw Ricky really pretty much from the start, right?
Yes.
He started in '79.
Actually, I was still playing, so I got to see him in the good years, and fortunate to not have to try to throw him out. So I guess my career ended about the time he started, which was good timing from my standpoint. I did not want to be a statistic. I mean, I'm on Nolan Ryan's list for strikeouts, and I don't need to be on Ricky's stolen base list.
It's a great story that I heard today in the A's dugout. So we showed Ricky steal 939, right? It was against the Yankees. Matt Noakes was the catcher who Ricky talked about. The fact that Matt Noakes must have said, hey, I can throw him out. Anyways, it was a day game here at the Coliseum. Find out today, the night before, night game here at the Coliseum, you know who the Yankees catcher was? Bob Guerin.
Oh. So it could have been.
So we asked the manager, said, hey, Bob, you could have been in there. He said, yeah, but I wasn't. So it was Matt Noakes. So something we did not know, but it was Bob Guerin who was the catcher the night before. Matt Noakes got the call for the day game, and Ricky gets the stolen base off of Matt Noakes.
Great.
So the manager picked a good day to take a day game.
Well, day game after night game.
That's right. See if the A's can turn a double play. Pennington to Ellis to Crosby. Nicely done.
That's where it's great to be a ground ball pitcher. Trevor Cahill throwing the two-seamer and got Vernon Wells to roll over on one. And all you have to do is start. All you have to do is get it in the hands of Mark Ellis, and that's a double play. Great turn at second. Good feed by Pennington. And to a former shortstop now playing first base, and Bobby Crosby.
Rios hit a fly ball to center field. The Blue Jays got 3 runs on 5 hits in that second inning. That's all the hits they have. Big crowd tonight. No big secret. You'd certainly like to put on a good performance and win a game in front of a big crowd. But they were tailgating early this afternoon. So have a party type atmosphere, and why not? Adam Kennedy charges and gets the nice hop. And that will do it for the Jays in the top of the third. Bottom of the third coming up would be Suzuki, Hairston, and Cust, 4-3 Athletics. Kurt Suzuki leading it off for the A's here in the bottom of the third. 4-3 Athletics. Suzuki, Hairston, and Cust. Kurt grounded out to short to end the first inning. So Ray, we were talking about how you've seen Ricky a long time, you've known him for a long time. I think he was a little misunderstood at times as a player.
I think so.
You know, I mean, obviously, I think opponents watched him. He had a flair, a little bit cocky, but I think it was more in fun as opposed to maybe trying to show people up. But people don't always see it that way.
He actually, you're right, and I think the way he played left field, and as he said, he talked to the fans, and you know, he kind of made the game fun for himself, and you know, he worked hard. And what he did and what he was able to accomplish, you just don't show up and play the way he did his whole career and put up the numbers he put up.
Well, if you missed the game or you just wanted to watch it again, Comcast has A's Baseball on demand. Go to Comcast Channel 1 and select Sports and Fitness, and then Comcast Sports Net. A's Baseball is available after every game.
So if they want to watch the ceremonies in high definition, they can do it.
Why not? It was worth it. But I think what you just said, I think that hits it perfectly. The stuff Ricky did, he was doing it for his own enjoyment.
Yeah.
And it just turned out that if you were a fan of the A's, it was a lot of enjoyment for you too. Scott Hairston lifts one to shallow left. Inglet comes in.
Well, even when he broke Lou Brock's record and he made the I'm the greatest, you know, there's no doubt all that time since that happened, people saying, oh, how could he do that?
Yeah.
But it was misunderstood because Muhammad Ali was his hero. And Muhammad Ali, all he ever talked about was I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest. And so it was more of an explanation of saying, I am really the best base stealer. I have the numbers. I'm the record holder. It's just the way it came out, and people said, well, how could you do that? So what he did in Cooperstown at the end, and they replayed it tonight, was special when he says, I am humbled.
Which tells me that he was aware of it for a long, long time.
Yeah, it was. I know he talked about it in the special on Comcast, that exactly that. But one thing you could never deny is the fact that when he took the field, he could do so many things. And I know Tony La Russa, his manager, talked about all the things that he could do to help win a game with his bat, with his glove, with his legs. You name it, he could beat you. Not many in baseball can ever say that they could beat you in so many different ways, single-handed. Some of the Ricky Henderson jerseys given away tonight. The great thing about those jerseys now, the giveaways, they're adult sizes. XL, double XLs. So the adults standing in line as long as the kids are.
Swing and a miss by Cust. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Brett Cecil. We're headed to the fourth at the Coliseum. 4-3 A's.
And if that's the case, you knew they were going to be here tonight.
That's right. Top of the fourth inning of a 4-3 A's lead. Trevor Cahill will face Edwin Encarnacion and Raul Chavez and Joe England. High to left field, but room for Hairston. And he's got it, 1 out.
Time now for Carl's Jr. In Your Face. How about hit number 3,000 for Ricky Henderson? San Diego Padres.
Raul Chavez.
Down the right field line. This is like his first one, a flare.
First and last. Not quite his last. But
the San Diego Padres. And there's Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre.
total hit count for the career Ricky Henderson was 3,055. The story that we have heard about that, Ray, was that was also the last game that Tony Gwynn played in San Diego, and Ricky didn't want to play because it was Tony's day, right? But Tony Gwynn said, no, you got to play. And he got the hit in his first at bat. That was 3,000. Then he came out of the game, and the rest of the day belonged to Tony Gwynn.
And all it was just a matter of time before it was Ricky's day or days. And but he just answered the question, because I knew he always wanted to play. So if he had known he could go to the Hall of Fame and still come back and try to play, he might have gone to the Hall of Fame 5 or 10 years ago.
And then just
waited for somebody to give him a chance.
Why not? That one drops right on the line by Raul Chavez. Rolls all the way into the corner, so it'll be a one-out double for Chavez, who has got a single and a double and an RBI. Looked like one of those that kicked up some chalk.
And if you're fishing, you'd throw it back. But this is a base hit up in his eyes. And I guess you could say he hit it about like it was thrown up out of the strike zone. So instead of getting a 3-ball count, 3-2, he blooped a double.
So this will be Joe Inglet. The fly ball to left field, his first at bat. Pennington behind third, he's got it. So 2 outs here in the fourth, and now it'll be the top of the order and Marco Scutaro.
Number 19, Marco Scutaro.
6 hits for the Blue Jays in the ball game. 5 hits for the Athletics. 1 home run in the game. That was Lyle Overbank. Scutaro tough in these spots. 2 outs, runner in scoring position, and the first pitch is in the first strike.
We saw last night what happened. The top 3 in the batting order against Dallas Braden. Innings 3, 5, and 7. He just could not get out the top 3.
Inside corner, drops in at the knees, 0-2. Scutaro struck out looking in the first, walked in the second. Scutaro was 3 for 3 last night. Scored a couple of runs, had a double. Sliding over to the radio booth, talking to Ken and Vince.
Just down on the field during the ceremonies and looking around, and I looked up above us. Section up above the all-you-can-eat section. I looked up. It's full.
All right. So we have people above us tonight.
Above us tonight, and of course, there they are. 3 sections open up. Probably could open up a few more.
Did you see me waving at you up here?
I was concentrating.
Yeah, I was like the fan. I was like, Ray, you're the man. Go get him.
You know, it's amazing. It's been so long since I've been down there as a player, and to look up and you know, we look down and see the field, and all of a sudden I'm looking. I was, oh my gosh, look at all those people.
It's loud down there too.
Yes, it is. And the delay.
Yeah, that's never easy. You really got to concentrate. Well, you did a great job. Very nicely done by the entire A's organization, as expected.
I'd just like to get a win to top it off.
And after an 0-2 to Scooter out, Cahill ends up walking Marco. So first and second 2 outs for Aaron Hill. So that is 3 walks now for Cahill. He has 1 strikeout.
Cahill's throwing a lot of changeups tonight, the sliders, along with the two-seam fastballs. 72 pitches in 4th inning.
Number 2.
We're going to find out what happened
Aaron
to
Hill.
Justin Duxer when he had to scratch from his appearance last night.
I just read about it.
Is it a non-baseball?
It said non-baseball.
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Pitch, because I'm sure the A's would like, especially with the young starting staff, to be able to add one more, maybe even go to the 6-man rotation they've talked about. You have to realize that for minor league pitchers or players in general, unless they get a September call-up, they're beginning their final month of the season right now. They'll play August in whatever any postseason playoffs they might be involved in. Otherwise, they're finished in 5-month season, around 140 games. Now you add the 5th or the 6th month, another
drive to left, and that's trouble. Hairston back, looking up, and it is gone. Aaron Hill has done it again. A 3-run homer. He's got 4 RBIs in the game, and the Blue Jays grab the lead back at 6-4.
Boy, he is so strong. He showed it last night. Two-seamer, the little sinker down and in, but right in his wheelhouse, and he crushed it. He knew it. Gave a little hope when we saw Scott Hairston going back, but all you had to do is listen to the swing, the sound, and watch the hitter. The hitters know. Well, that's a big blow with 2 outs.
And he had Scutero 0-2. He ended up walking him and then had to face Hill.
Here we are at the top of the batting order again.
Yeah. Adam Lind is the hitter. Lind had a good swing. He fouled straight back.
74 runs batted in, 25 home runs for your number 2 hitter, the second baseman.
Lind swings and misses, and side retired. Aaron Hill, damage done. A 3-run homer. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Jays 6, A's 4. So how about Brett Cecil? Aaron Hill, 4 RBIs on the night, but Brett Cecil had a 36 pitch second inning. In the third inning, 7.
Yep. That's what you're supposed to do, and even more so now, see if the A's can get to him. But after getting a 3-run home run with 2 outs, and retaking the lead after he gave up 4 runs, but it's still early.
Cecil off the mound, and he throws out Everidge. So Tommy Everidge, who singled and scored in his first at bat, bounces out.
First baseman.
So that's
7,
5 in a row retired by
Bobby
Cecil.
Crosby.
Bobby Crosby had a big hit in the second inning, a double to center field that knocked in a run. Crosby was RBI number 25 on the year. Mark Ellis in the on-deck circle. Scoring runs have not been a problem for the Athletics lately. 4 tonight. 30 runs scored in their last 4 games coming into tonight. So offense has been doing a pretty nice job. On the ground to Encarnacion. That's the second out. So Mark Ellis will hit.
Second baseman, number 14, Mark Ellis.
So a great crowd tonight, Ray. 35,067. That's the 4th sellout of the year. So we're excited about that. Always great to see big crowds at the ballpark.
Love to see that every night. Of course, we just left Boston, where they just had, what, the 521st consecutive sellout? Consecutive.
And we haven't been able to come up with a reason to find out why that streak will stop at any point.
I think the U.S. Mint is located in Fenway someplace. It's a cash machine.
Well, and those are not, it's not a cheap place ticket-wise either.
No.
And you can't blame the Red Sox because they're getting a full house every night.
Well, they did freeze the tickets for 2009. They did not raise ticket prices. Some friends back there who say usually every year they get their season ticket package, and what are you going to do? Say no? Because they've got thousands of people that say yes.
It's a great thing if you can have the demand. Mark Ellis toward right field. Rios near the line. He's got it, and that will do it. So 7 in a row retired by Brett Cecil. 5th inning coming up. 6-4 Jays.
Hi fans, I'm here with some great fans from
Davis, former Athletic. Mike, what's happening? Thanks for stopping up. I know you were part of the pregame ceremonies, but it certainly was nice, wasn't it?
It was absolutely special, man, to be a part of it. As you look back on all those times back in the early 80s, it was a pleasure to be a part of that era, having played with Ricky as he broke into the league.
Well, you got to give us what's your first impression of Ricky? Because you saw him pretty much when he came up. What were some of the things you were thinking when you saw him first come up, and all the talent he had, and what kind of player was he when he first came up?
Well, Ricky was an absolute stud when he first broke into the league. I broke in, and everybody here remember it was Billy Ball days, and Billy, they had the slogan of Billy Ball, and the league really didn't know the team, and so we came out running and gunning. Billy did something in spring training because the team had lost over 100 games the previous year, and Billy did something in spring training to help the players know that they can compete at this level. So we won spring training in 1980, where we competed with major leaguers, so that you felt like great catch.
Wow. Hey, Adam Kennedy is doing everything. He is doing everything. We'll let you finish, but I'm sure you're going to show this again because it was a spectacular play. He's got near the tarp and very close, just reached out,
Absolutely
brought it back.
Awesome catch.
Tremendous. And you know, he hasn't started the game at third base till this year.
Is that right?
He's been playing second with the Angels and Cardinals, and Mark Ellis came back. He stepped over third and making great plays, especially the foul territory here at the Coliseum.
You have a lot of foul territory here.
And you remember as a hitter, right? Well, continue about Ricky. Sorry to interrupt with that great play.
Yeah, and so Billy Martin was really introducing the team in the early 80s to what winning was all about. And he built their confidence up during spring training that year because we competed with the rest of the league in a great way. And it was really special. So what I remember about Ricky Henderson breaking in, when you started out that season, I sat the bench most of that year anyway. He brought another dynamic to the game that changed the way the game is played today. They have this old saying, great. Good try.
Vernon Wells with a one-out base hit here in the fifth.
The old saying?
They had a saying during that time that speed kills. And with Ricky and Dwayne Murphy and the way Billy Martin designed the team during that time, that's what they were doing. It was running gun time.
Wayne Gross was stealing bases for us.
Wayne Gross, yes.
And you know it was a running A's if he was stealing bases.
That's the truth.
The first and third, and the guy at first base would get picked off, and here comes runner from third stealing home.
That was Billy Martin made the game fun, and so we did some things, a couple of trick plays that were worked out of the way people respond to the game, and we stole games. Yeah. We were able to steal a few games by just player reactions.
So those were trick plays. You actually had those.
They were
part
designed.
Of the yeah, that's great.
Runner goes, and the pitch is popped up. Crosby is going to run out of room, so Suzuki. So 1-1 to Alex Rios. Mike Davis, our guest. Some of the pregame ceremonies from earlier today.
This is absolutely beautiful, seeing this place filled up with fans as well.
Have you ever seen Mount Davis? And that's, speaking of that, Mount Davis. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, it's named after you.
Another
yes, that's what it is. That's right. That's what they did.
Yeah.
That's what
they love you here. I'm telling you.
Mount Davis. Now, it's appropriately called Mount Davis for Al Davis for football.
Okay.
And it's a mountain because that's how steep those seats are.
Oh,
if you get up there and you put some snow, you could heck of a run.
And those are some nosebleed seats.
Kennedy will underhand to Ellis, who turns and not quite in time.
That should not have been that close for Rios. He runs too well to make that a close play.
And Kennedy probably did the right thing by flipping an underhand.
Now, he just wanted to get the lead running, just get one out. And Mark Ellis almost was able to turn a double play. A little flip, and Ellie waiting for it, cleared from Vernon Wells, and that close to being a double play, and really probably an embarrassing double play had it been turned for Alex Rios. He runs too well.
So 2 outs for Edwin Encarnacion.
That had to be fun. Fun for you guys, horrible for the opposing catchers. You know, just to see the havoc that you caused on the base paths.
We did create panic during those days. In the early stages of those days, I did sit the bench all the time, but what you could see, the catchers wanted Ricky so bad. They pitched out after pitched out trying to hunt him down, and during that time, they didn't have the stopwatches that you have today. And so they from the pitch out to everything, they couldn't get him. Yeah. So now everybody's doing things to try that to stop the running game for a lot of teams.
Well, Ricky was talking about the stopwatch and how it's affected base stealers because if a first base coach has a stopwatch, pitcher releases the ball in 1.2. Oh, you can't run because he's got a quick release. And that's a great point because if you didn't have stopwatches, you didn't know how fast he was, how quickly the catcher got rid of the ball, got it to second base, and it's all mathematical whether you can steal or not, which is not the case.
One of the things that we used to do during that time, we would study the pitchers quite a bit as well. And if you had a fast move and a lot of the other aspects of it.
Hang around, we got to go to break. Just stick around.
Mike Davis will stay with us. We'll be back as the Blue Jays do not score in the top of the 5th. Over the A's, bottom of the 5th inning. A's will try to get something going against Brett Cecil. He has retired 7 in a row, and we will continue our conversation with former A Mike Davis, longtime teammate of the new Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. Do you have a favorite Ricky Henderson story that you can tell us?
You know what? We were up in the press box just earlier, and they were talking about the ranch Ricky has out in, I think it's Yosemite. And it reminded me of the time Ricky and I went horseback riding in spring training.
Sounds good already.
And it was just one of those regular, nice little spring training day offs where he and I ran out to some stables and we went riding. We rode for a couple of hours, had an absolute blast, a great time, and got to the ballpark the next day and we're a little ruined.
Saddle sores, huh?
A little saddle sore, yeah.
Right to the training room, huh?
Right away.
That's great.
Whose idea was it?
You know, I'm not sure if it was his or mine, but I know it was a lot of fun.
Why can't I picture you and Ricky Henderson just riding horses out in the middle of the desert?
Speaking of the desert, you informed us during the break that you're living in Arizona, so this must be a welcome for you to come to this nice Bay Area climate, huh?
This is an absolute blast. I'm a little cold today, but this is a great change. I mean, when you're having this experience in Arizona right now, the thing that was really tough to get used to was the brushing your teeth with 90-degree water.
That's true. Tap water, 90 degrees, huh?
Stepping out at night, around 10 o'clock at night, and it's still 100 degrees.
But it is dry.
That's the selling point.
You had an opportunity to play here, and we were talking about the fans that have come out tonight, a sellout crowd, over 35,000. What did you see, especially during that period of time with the Billy ball? You guys are drawing well because you're scoring a lot of runs, you're making it exciting. But how great was it to come to the park to see crowds knowing that you were causing that excitement for them to come out as much as you were?
It was a beautiful thing. I mean, it's buzzing like this today in honor of the great Rickey Henderson, which I think is really awesome. But to come out here and do some things that are pleasing to the people, and to have them buzzing and talking about it is makes what this game is all about.
The Banjo Man was in Boston. You can hear him playing, and he was in Boston. But great to have you here honoring Rickey. Great to have you visiting with us, and enjoy that warm weather when you go back there. Thank you, Michael. And we didn't even talk about your Dodger days.
That
brought to you by Cache Creek. Cache Creek's heat wave of cash, $25,000 in cash each Friday through Sunday. Visit cachecreek.com for details. Blue Jays with a 6-4 lead over the A's. This is the top of the 6th inning. Chavez, Inglet, and Scudero. Monroe. Chavez has been a problem for the A's tonight, getting out of that 8th spot in the order. Santiago Casilla, action out in the A's bullpen. Chavez singled in a run in the 2nd, and then doubled and scored in the 4th. He is hitting out of the 8th spot. Close pitch, 2-2.
And that's almost worthy of a Tommy cam to see how close that pitch was. We haven't shown that recently.
Pennington has it. Flips it across, 1 on. So Joe Inglet will hit.
Number 1, Joe Inglet.
England, a fly ball to left field and a pop out to short. Swing and a miss, and it's all good changeup from Cahill.
It's got to be a starting pitcher.
Nope, John McDonald.
John McDonald. Thought it was a starting pitcher with nothing to do, but on the other hand, wouldn't figure a position player would have a pitcher mess around with his bat.
I wouldn't think so.
So that's Johnny Mac just doing some preparation.
Pitch number 100 for Trevor Cahill. You see, it was the second inning that really got him. 31 pitches. That is when the Blue Jays scored 3 times.
Kind of a carbon copy of what happened to Trevor in his third start of the season. That was his first against the Blue Jays. 8-pitch first inning, and then kind of in the second, third, and fourth, pitch count got up too high. And the walks hurt him that game, although he only gave up a couple of runs. The Blue Jays won in extra innings.
Another foul ball to the left side. England kind of has that inside out swing. The Jays scored 3 runs in the second and then 3 in the fourth. Aaron Hill has been the problem tonight for the A's. Hill, 4 RBIs, including the 3-run home.
Talking to Gene Tennis, former A's great in the 70s, and now the hitting coach for Cito Gaston. That might be it for him. Another 0-2 count. There's Gino Tenazzi.
You are right. Ray Foster's Bob Guerin looking down, points toward the bullpen. So Trevor Cahill departs 5 1/3 innings tonight, and he leaves trailing 6-4. So Casilla in, Cahill out. We'll be back. Four walks and 8 hits, so lots of base runners. And he leaves with Joe Inglet at first, 1 out, and Marco Scudero the hitter. And Santiago Casilla's first pitch to Scudero in their first strike. 1-2 with a 6.14 ERA for Casilla. Marco Scudero has struck out and walked twice, and he scored on the Hill home run in the 4th inning. Goes low, the lefty, loosening up. Marco bluffs the bunt and takes a strike, 1-2. 3 hits last night, on base a couple times tonight for Scudero. Slider from Casilla. We don't want to face that guy, Aaron Hill, with a couple of runners on. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second base.
I don't have to.
Yeah, that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play, side retired. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 6-4 Jays.
I thank you for being here with me today. Ricky is so very, very, very humble.
That was part of Ricky Henderson's speech during the pregame ceremonies tonight. Ricky wowed him at the Hall of Fame. And his speech was pretty good as well.
Never seen an entrance on the red carpet.
It came in on the red carpet.
Red carpet with the fireworks. No batting practice on the field today. They wanted to make sure it was prepared, and it was. Very nicely done.
A's trailing 6-4, bottom of the 6th inning. Suzuki, Hairston, and Tust against Brett Cecil, who has settled down nicely, unfortunately for the Athletics. In fact, I got him retiring 10 in a row since the Adam Kennedy double. Overall, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and this will be pitch number 80. And it's hit to left field and hit well. A long run for Wells and Inglet, but Vernon Wells is going to right near the warning track, and he's got it. 1 out.
Cecil's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches now, and the A's, although making good contact, just not going anywhere because they provide their own power. And too many of them in the air, not really carrying.
So Scott Hairston steps in. Hairston, a ground out to third and a fly ball to left field. So it's good to see Scott Hairston back in the lineup. And some tightness in the left quad, and that forced him to miss the last 4 games. And A's just being careful, making sure he's okay.
You have to, and dealing with the legs, who, as he said, and we all know, he relies on his legs for his success.
Foul territory. It's going to be Overbay who races over to get it, and that's the 2nd out. Well, there's the red carpet that Ray mentioned. Ricky walked in from center field. They opened the gate. He walked in. There was a gold second base. He picked it up. It was a great moment. They laid the red carpet out. It was very nice, and then a gust of wind came and blew it around a little bit, so they had to straighten it out.
It's like laying the tarp. They put the stakes in to hold it in, hold it down.
So Cust hits with 2 outs. Cust a base hit and a run scored in the 2nd inning, and a strikeout swinging in the 3rd. That big overhand curve from Cecil.
Look at Cecil as being your typical finesse left-hander, finesse pitcher, because it's not really overpowering with his fastball, but he's able to throw all of his breaking pitches, keep the hitters off balance. Kind of mixing it up between fly ball outs and ground ball outs.
Cecil, remember, he was a first-round pick in 2007, so he did not see a lot of minor league time. Just a little bit over 200 minor league innings. And here in 2009, he's in the big leagues. Two and two now to Cust. Cecil pitched at the University of Maryland. He was the 38th overall pick in that 07 draft. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Cust strikes out. That's 3 strikeouts for Brett Cecil, and he continues his roll. 13 in a row retired. The number 24, Ricky Henderson, retired. That plaque sits outside the ballpark. There's a plaque for each one of the 5 players, jersey numbers that are retired by the Oakland A's. Raleigh Fingers, Catfish Hunter, Dennis Eckersley, Reggie Jackson, and now Ricky Henderson. Aaron Hill, Adam Lind, and Lyle Overbay against Casilla here. We've reached the 7th inning. Mark Ellis takes care of Aaron Hill. Always a big out getting him.
2 times they've gotten him out tonight. Haven't been anybody on base. Says a lot about the way he plays the game and the way he comes through. And driven in 75 runs with a couple of months to go as a second baseman. That's pretty good.
So here's Adam Lind. A quiet night so far for Lind. A couple of fly balls to center field and a strikeout. But Lind last night 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Adam Lind is not, his production is not some big surprise to the Blue Jays. High draft pick for the Blue Jays as well, and they've liked him all through the minor leagues. He is 0 for 4 tonight.
And he just swung at a pitch. He's out of the strike zone. I'm sure Cito Gaston and Gene Tennis would like to see, with his power, maybe a little more patience, as that was definitely a pitcher's pitch, swinging at a ball about calf high. Now that guy had some patience. Gene Tennis had more walks and power. Yeah, but he knew the strike zone. MVP in the World Series 1972. Home runs in his first 2 at-bats.
And he didn't like to catch.
He did not like to catch. That's why he was very happy when I traded him.
I was going to say. Just think if Gene Tennis does like to catch, then maybe you don't get traded to the A's.
I don't have a couple World Series rings.
Exactly.
And I'm not sitting here with you.
Exactly.
So I'm glad he didn't like catching. Because of all of the above.
How did I get thrown into that? I appreciate it, Ray. But
well, as the old saying goes, things happen for a reason.
Well, he probably wanted to prolong his career a little bit and get out from behind the plate. Now, Gene Tennis, let's see, he left the A's and went where? Did he sign with San Diego?
Yeah, they all left at free agency, the first year of free agency. And of course, they were the running A's in '76. Michael Davis was talking about the Billy Ball era in the running, but '76, Chuck Tanner's manager, everybody, Bando, and you name it, Garner, everybody was stealing bases.
So Gene Tennis was still there in '76.
Right. And then after '76, everybody basically is a free agent.
Yeah.
Or at least guys that had so much time were awarded free agency. And, went to San Diego, south to Milwaukee, Cappy to Texas, Raleigh, I think, to San Diego at that time before he went to Milwaukee. Reggie, of course, to New York. Catfish the year before to New York. So, in other words, a pretty good team, just totally decimated.
Vernon Wells is 2 for 3 tonight. Wells is single in the second inning, hit into a double play in the third, singled again in the fifth. Wells was 0 for 4 last night. Quick meeting on the mound between Casilla and Kurt Suzuki. All games are now final in the American League. Angels won again, 11-6 over Minnesota, and the Angels are just smoking hot. They've won 4 in a row, 9 out of 10. Texas lost. Seattle 7, Texas 2. That's the final. So Angels now with a 4-game lead over the Rangers. So the Angels are flexing their muscles a little bit in the AL West. And you know, Ray, as I look at the Angels box score from last night, I don't see Torrey Hunter's name in there yet. And Vladimir Guerrero's name is not in there. Right. Those two guys are, exactly what I understand, are still not back.
And what the Angels are doing allows the Angels to have the luxury of not having to rush those guys back.
But Rivera and Morales are just having terrific seasons. I don't say it's a surprise, but two guys that they were hoping would do well, and they have exceeded those expectations for the Angels. Foul back. The Yankees lost again, scuffling a little bit. They lost 14-4 at Chicago, and the Red Sox won. Boston 4, Baltimore nothing. So the Yankees' lead is now a half a game, and Tampa won. So they're just 5 out. So the Rays are hanging around. In that Red Sox game, Josh Beckett was the winning pitcher, and he becomes the first 13-game winner in the major leagues. So Beckett, 4-0 winner over the Orioles tonight. So the East is tight. Angels hot in the West. Another foul ball by Wells. Detroit beat Cleveland 4-3. And said the White Sox beat the Yankees. The Twins lost to the Angels. So Tigers' lead over Chicago remains a game and a half. Twins drop a game. They're 3 back. So that is the AL Central. Pennington straightens up, fires across, and that will do it. 7th inning stretch coming up from the Coliseum. Still 6-4 Jays. In the 2nd inning, a solo home run. Big hit for the A's tonight. Bases clearing double by Adam Kennedy. So that is the action so far. Average center field. Caught by Wells. Thought maybe he got enough. So Tommy Everidge is retired, and that's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Sounded pretty good.
It did.
Unfortunately,
Number 7, first baseman.
maybe tomorrow, day game, as we always talk about the ball carrying a little bit better daytime. Marine layer starting to come in. I don't know if he got well enough to get it out, but that's close enough. And last night we heard the group cheering for him. Said he's got a lot of friends who are living over in the Livermore, Pleasanton area. I said, what about the RVs? He says, that was my coach, Coach Gels.
A quick 0-2 to Bobby Crosby. A's got to figure out Brett Cecil right now. He has retired 14 in a row.
Or just get him out of the game, get the bullpen.
90 pitches for Cecil. He's a big guy, 6'1", 235 pounds. Looks taller than that. And kind of a slow delivery, and then doesn't throw real hard, as Ray mentioned a couple innings ago. Tonight he's had a pretty good off-speed pitch, and he's not been able to string a whole lot of hits together outside of that second inning. Two. Hit to right field. Rios has it, and that's 2 outs.
Watch Bobby Crosby. This is kind of what we're seeing hitters facing. Kind of out on the front foot and then just kind of lift the ball because of the way Cecil is changing speeds on his pitches. Bobby got the front foot lifted. He planted it, but because of the off speed, kind of a little bit behind an uppercut. Just to try to make contact, knowing it was going to be a strike, and strike 3 if he didn't swing. But that's why a pitcher gets a lot of fly ball outs. And he has 10 of those as a result of 2 in this inning.
There's a strike, Dallas, 1-1. Mark Ellis, a walk and a fly ball to right field. He walked and scored in that second inning.
Pitch count in the last 4 innings for him, for Cecil, has been, they have been a point where that's why he's still in the game.
Yeah, no question. I mean, if the A's get him in trouble at all in any inning after the second, he's out, because he threw 36 pitches in that second inning. If you could get him into another inning where he gets to 20, 25, he's going to be in trouble. That has not been the case, and he's retired 15 in a row. Payoff pitch to Ellis, and he slices one right field. Rios racing over, dives, and he caught it. No, he did not. He trapped it.
That's a good call by first base umpire, because he went in the slide. I thought he was lucky to be able to at least put a glove on it, but you can actually see the little bit of a short hop. He came up with it, trying to sell it. Right there, you're going to see the short hop, even with the guy protecting the catcher. A good hustle by the umpire. And here's the look and what the umpire saw.
So here's Cliff Pennington. Maybe the A's get a 2-out rally. In the hole, Scudero to second, and they will not get a 2-out rally. Pennington's retired. 2-out hit for the A's, nothing else. 8th inning coming up. Still 6-4 Toronto. Welcome back to the Coliseum. Ray Fosse, Glenn Kuiper. You're watching A's baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet California. 6-9-0 for Toronto, 4-6-0 for the Athletics. A lot of scoring early, mostly in that second inning. So the A's got to come back here in the final 2 innings. Santiago Casilla has done a nice job since coming in and getting the final out in the 6th inning. He actually got the final 2 outs. It was a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Pitched the 7th inning, gave up 1 hit. So Casilla back out there. Alex Rios is 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice and stole the base. We had a 3-homer game today in the major leagues, Ray. Andrew McCutcheon, young outfielder for the Pirates, who's a very exciting young player. He had 3 homers and 6 RBIs for the Pirates.
Well, a few Pirates farm hands getting an opportunity to play as well.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be out there. 1-2, and that's a swing and a miss by Rios.
Tomorrow the A's will wrap up this series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Game time is at 1:05. As part of this weekend's saluting the A's newest Hall of Famer, 10,000 fans will get a 5-foot-tall Ricky Henderson banner. Brought to you by Kingsford Capital Management. Get tickets now at OaklandAthletics.com, or you can call 877-493-BALL. Trying to win the series. They split the series in Boston before heading home. Won last night, and if nothing else, just try to keep winning series the last 2 months of the season. There's number 24, Ricky Henderson.
Shot right at Pennington, who grabs it. So Edwin Encarnacion lines out. Be hard to hit a ball harder than that.
Number 13, Raul Chavez.
Encarnacion, who is the player that came over from the Cincinnati Reds for Scott Rowland. Blue Jays got a couple other minor league players in the deal. Raul Chavez swings and misses.
Santiago Casilla tonight has probably the best slider he's had in a while. Guys swinging and missing, and bad swings. Vernon Wells and Rios with a couple of bad swings, but nice sharpness to it. Plus, he's given the A's some innings. Casilla, on relief in the 6th inning.
Chavez is 2 for 3. He swings weakly at that one. A little bouncer right near the bag at first. Easy play for Crosby. Side retired. So nice job by Santiago Casilla. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 6-4 Blue Jays. Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly. Beautiful night at the Coliseum. A little cool as always, but very comfortable. Plenty of scoring in the game early, but it has settled down. Right now, 6-4 Blue Jays over the A's in front of a sellout crowd tonight. 35,067. New pitcher, and that's good news for the Athletics. Brandon League comes in. 44th appearance for League.
Nothing against Brandon League.
No.
It's just the A's did nothing. Brett Cecil.
They did not.
He actually picked up a loss back on the 17th facing the A's at Toronto. Young man was outstanding tonight.
Kennedy hits one high to left. Joe England has it, and that's the first out.
.100 pitches on the nose and just one walk, 3 strikeouts. But what he did after the Kennedy double shut down the A's.
Yep.
And if they hit the Ellis, that's pretty much it.
So 16 of the last 17 A's hitters have been retired. Rajay Davis had a double in his first at bat. Since then, he has struck out looking and hit a fly ball to left field. So Davis 3 for 6 in the series, and he went around. Now Brandon League has been up and down with the Blue Jays for the last couple of years, but the A's have certainly seen him quite a bit, and they've had success against him. He's one of those young pitchers who's got very good stuff. Throws hard, he's got good sinking life on his fastball, but he's not quite put it all together yet, although last year he had a pretty good year with the Blue Jays. Also spent some time in AAA.
Throw upwards of 97 with an outstanding split finger fastball. There's the split. And plus, with the name of Brandon League, that's a big league name.
Well, it is. There's other ways you could go too. The Bush League.
Big league's better.
Yeah, it is a lot better. See, pitches like that are why the Blue Jays very much like League. 94 miles an hour. Sinking. Now, we're not suggesting that Brandon League is Bush League. Just
I know you're not.
would never do that. Kurt Suzuki in the on-deck circle. He's trying to get some runners. And that pitch just missed low. Mike DeMuro would not pump the right arm, even though Brandon League looked like thought it was a strike.
Like it might have been a strike even without a check swing, for sure.
Bounce towards second. Aaron Hill has it, and that's 2 outs. He's got all the runs in the second inning.
Kurt Suzuki.
The big hit was the Kennedy bases loaded double with 2 outs. So Kurt Suzuki will hit, looking for his first base hit in the game. Kurt 0 for 3 tonight, 1 for 5 last night. Bounced over the mound. Hill right near the bag, flips it to first. Nice play by Aaron Hill. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Brandon Lee. Ninth inning coming up, 6-4 Toronto. When the A's celebrated Ricky Henderson. Jersey number retired before the game. See the big number 24 right behind home plate. Right now the A's will need a ninth inning rally. Edgar Gonzalez takes over in the top of the ninth. A's trailing 6-4. Gonzalez will face Inglet, Scutaro, and Hill. 9, 1, and 2 in the Blue Jays lineup. So Gonzalez first pitch hit to left center, but Hairston's going to get back there to make the catch. 1 out. Make sure you join us tomorrow here on Comcast Sportsnet California for the third and final game of this series. Vin Mazzaro for the A's, Ricky Romero for the Blue Jays. So the A's will see another good young left-handed starter from Toronto.
I wonder also with the A's back in Toronto when they faced him earlier.
Ricky Romero's 9-4 with a 3.59 ERA. So that is the matchup. Romero and Vin Mazzaro. He's pregame live at 12:30. The ball game at 1 o'clock. And then the Texas Rangers will be in town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 4-game series against Texas. Average. He will hit third in the ninth inning. Scutaro fights it off.
Well, Casilla, of course, pitched very well for 2 1/3. Gonzalez now trying to get through the ninth. But one thing the relievers have done is very important. They got down 6-4, and that's all the Blue Jays have scored. Not scored since the 3-run fourth. And that was a 2-out, 3-run home run by Aaron Hill. Ryan Butterfield along with Cito Gaston. Butterfield, the bench coach for Cito, formerly third base coach.
Marcellus has it, and that's the second out here in the ninth. So the A's will have Hairston, Cust, and then Everidge. Three scheduled hitters in the bottom of the ninth. If anybody gets on, it'll be Bobby Crosby. And I showed you Scott Downs. That is who the A's will face. Downs is their closer.
No more B.J. Ryan.
Nope. Gone.
And a lot of money. Wow. That was a signing that did not work out.
Yep.
For B.J. Ryan it did, but not for the Blue Jays. Had one very good year with the Baltimore Orioles, signed a very long, very expensive contract, and never really did much of anything. Except make it very scary when he had a lead, the ninth inning. It's always a chance with him to get a chance to come back against him.
I don't know. Scary sound, a couple of them. A popping sound that we just heard. So Aaron Hill stepped out.
The time wasn't called again. He just heard the boom but twice and decided to step back.
3-0 pitch in for a strike. Hill is 2 for 4 tonight. He is 4 for 8 in the series. He has 6 RBIs. It's this with the shallow right center field. Marcellus goes out and he's got it inside. Retired. Bottom of the ninth coming up. A big crowd. Can the A's finish with a flurry? They trail 6-4. Well, the A's need 2 to tie and 3 to win. Send all these A's fans home happy. Send Ricky Henderson home happy. Like to see the hometown team get a win. But they will have to do it against the closer for the Blue Jays, Scott Downs, the left-hander. Another guy the A's have seen plenty of in the past. More as a setup guy, but he is the closer now. 9 saves in 12 chances. Faces Hairston, Cust, and Everidge. Pretty good reliever, though, out of the Blue Jays bullpen, and he has been for a while.
Just not throwing very hard. But if he throws strikes, he doesn't have to.
Scott Hairston is 0 for 3. His first game back in the lineup after missing 4 games. He bounces. This is one to short. Marco Scudero throws, and that's the first down. So Jack Cust will try to get aboard.
Number 32.
Marco with a higher hop than he expected. Scott Hairston not running at full speed 100%, and probably trying to take it easy with quad injury that kept him in the sideline for about 4 days.
So Downs faces Cust. Cust swings at the first pitch and rolls it foul. Single and scored in the second inning, and then struck out swinging in the third and struck out swinging in the sixth. Just a bit inside. After the game, A's post-game live from the studio. Full recap of tonight's game here at the Coliseum, and of course all the great ceremonies before the game. Jack Cust hits one off of Downs, and there's not going to be a play. So Jack Cust is aboard. Exactly what the A's needed. They will get the tying run to the plate.
Tommy time.
It's Tommy time. No question about it.
Let's hope it's real Tommy time.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 21, Tommy Everidge.
Downs, he got a leg on it, maybe.
Well, it hit something hard enough to kick far enough away from him that Hill had to try to make a play. No chance. He's Jack Cust in honor of Ricky Henderson, just flying down the pace pass.
A 1-0 to Everidge, who singled and scored in the second. Since then, he has bounced back to the pitcher and hit a fly ball to deep center field. Slices one down the right field line. Fair. Rolls into the corner. Here comes Cust, and they're going to hold up Jack Cust. So Tommy Everidge comes through with a slicing double the other way. And now the A's have the tying runs in scoring position.
Excellent piece of hitting by Tommy Everidge. Just stayed inside the ball, inside out swing. And down in the corner. We're going to take a look at Downs, I think, just to make sure he's okay. But Mike Gallego with Jack Cust running, very smart. We've talked about the aggressiveness of Mike Gallego, but there's an ill-advised time to try to send him. That run means nothing. And the runner at second is a tying run. He's going to be a pinch runner. And Eric Patterson, plenty of speed there. But Jack Cust being held at third. The A's have a couple of chances, a couple of opportunities. See if they can at least tie it. Zeno Gaston, I think, is going to make a change. He's at least walking off, trying to call to the bullpen to get somebody loose.
It's going to be Jason Frazier who starts to throw.
You know, Zeno didn't stay on the mound to make a change. Of course, he could always go back if they think. Talking to Bruce Walton, saying, got the wrong guy.
I think they're going to send him in.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That was to tell him exactly that. Well, the fans can say, let's go Oakland for a while, because Jason Frazier is going to have plenty of time to get loose.
So Downs is coming out.
This is a pitch that Everidge hit. Like the front leg collapsed a little bit. I don't even know, but as hard as the ball carried off his body, it had to hit bone. And he's limping a little bit. Just no reason, no sense taking a chance.
So Jason Frazier comes in, and as Ray said, he will have as much time as he needs to get loose. So we'll be back. A's have action in the bottom of the ninth. Well, the A's have the tying runners in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the ninth, and Nomar Garciaparra is going to pinch hit, and he's going to pinch hit for Bobby Crosby.
Well, we were, or at least I made a mistake. I thought the ball hit bone, but it just hit the glove. And down, watch as the ball goes, actually starts to go through his legs, puts the glove down, misses his body off his glove. So he must have done something, either picking the ball up there, trying to get out of the way. Yeah, he did something, maybe trying to stop going after the baseball.
Well, that was after he went to back up home on the Everidge double.
Oh, okay.
So that could have been where something happened too. Either way, Downs is out of the game, and Jason Frazier comes in, the right-hander, and there's the matchup. Frazier against Nomar Garciaparra. So Bobby Crosby is out of the game. Crosby had an RBI double and scored a run in the second. Good numbers for Frazier, 2.13 ERA. And look at the last line. Right-handed hitters hitting 149 against him. Cust at third, Patterson at second.
Fastball, slider, and split for Jason Frazier, and it's a good one. Fastball, mid-90s.
First pitch, a strike on the inside corner to Garciaparra. Nomar is 4 for 19 as a pinch hitter this year. He has had the most pinch hit appearances by far among the A's.
Nice to see this good crowd tonight. A lot of them sticking around, even though the A's have been down 6-4 for a while. But when you have this kind of crowd, it kind of gets the players pumped up.
Yep.
Especially trailing and especially trying to do something in the ninth.
0-1, just a bit inside with an off-speed pitch. 1-1 to count. Mark Ellis is the on-deck hitter. Now it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like a hanging slider or something, and Garciaparra missed it.
Right there is where he opened up and probably could not believe how good of a pitch it was to hit.
2-2. Bounce just fouled on the third base line. Another off-speed pitch to Nomar.
I think he went to the split on that one, and of course, depending on your catcher, be able to block the ball if you throw it. Nomar just actually off his foot. That's the reason the kick fouled the way it did.
Swing there by Garciaparra and fouled it straight back.
That was a swing on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, protecting against another split or another breaking ball. See how late, and that's just smart hitting. You have to look for something soft. You don't want to go after fastball, although if you knew it was coming, then it could be a little bit more aggressive.
The plate, now full count. A's are looking for a hero. Will it be Garciaparra or will it be that man Mark Ellis? Garciaparra right back to Frazier. He knocks it down. He'll take the out as Cuss comes in to score to make it 6-5. Patterson to third. So it'll be an RBI for Garciaparra.
Not quite like the one he wanted. He would prefer to get an RBI driving it with a hit, but got another breaking ball. And this time, pitcher put the glove on, and all he could think about was just getting the runner or the hitter.
Batting for Mark Ellis, number 15, Ryan Sweeney.
So Ryan Sweeney is going to hit for Mark Ellis. So Mark Ellis will not get to hit in this spot. Ellis single and walk tonight, so it'll be Sweeney.
Here's a case where a manager walks out. He's got a pitcher who's very good. Selection of pitches. He's somewhat of a veteran, although Ryan Sweeney just in his second year, but he has Nick Pennington, who just followed up last night.
Yep.
And you wouldn't consider intentionally walking Ryan Sweeney, but maybe just as a reminder, just kind of pick what you want to do. But he also, with the split, the time he runs at third. He throws a split finger fastball. It's a question of whether he will use it or he'll stay hard and not take the chance of bouncing one. I think the A's will take anything they can get right now, but at least they have the speed at third with 2 outs where a mistake can tie the game.
Sweeney is ready. So is Frazier. First pitch is a fastball on the inside corner strike. Sweeney has pinch hit 3 times this year. He is 0 for 3. Strike 2 right down the middle, 0-2. So Sweeney got a fastball on the inside corner, and this one out over the plate. So he's going to have to battle back.
2 pretty good pitches, especially that last one, the second one. They should try to shoot it to left field.
Oh, 2. Tying run at third.
Ooh.
Very close.
Ooh.
Wow.
Two-seamer came back and almost enough. Let's see with Tommy Cam.
I wouldn't take it again.
No. De Niro in the inside corner had a perfect shot at it, just like our camera.
1-2 in the dirt. What a block by Raul Chavez.
There it is. That was the split that'll build the confidence in a pitcher more than anything. So the splitter just put his body in front of it. A lot of rally caps. Got to look fastball here after you just bounce a splitter.
Two pitch, strike 3 call. Inside corner. So Sweeney did not swing the bat. And the A's leave the tying run at third here in the bottom of the 9th inning. They get a run on a couple of hits, but they come